My name's Red. I'm part of Fractured Minds. Little crazy, little scratched up, little messed in the head. So, insane asylum. It's great.
So, what are your main thoughts when you heard about when Fear was canceled this year?
Definitely was kind of a punch in the gut. We put in a hell of a lot of work.
I was really bummed. I was really looking forward to the 12 days. And I had planned my whole life around it. And it's all gone. I get the one night, but it's not enough. It's not enough. I mean, I was so looking forward to seeing all these people on a night after night basis, and just one night, and it's done. No, it's not fair.
My name is Wayne Skordensky. I have worked Fear for, this will be my 4th time now. I've been in 2, 3, 4, and this will be 6. But unfortunately, you canceled it on us, so we're pretty sad about it. I'm not too happy. Jay worked really hard for over a year trying to set it up. He's got a small team helping him to do it. It's hard work, and not too happy about it.
Really disappointed that this is getting canceled, but we're going to make the best of it. I've never felt as part of a group like I have here. A bunch of good people, and yeah, this won't be my last time here, so love the part, love the makeup, love the vibe. You guys are all great people.
I'm Scott Williamson. I've set up this year's Fear, did all the hard work, set up all the rooms, and now I'm an actor. I've been doing Fear. I did Fear 2, 3, and 4. Now this is Fear 6. A lot of hard work. Everyone put a lot of hard work into it. It sucks that got canceled, but we're going to come back stronger next year.
This was my first year, and I feel kind of really disappointed that it was canceled this year, because it would have been a really fun experience to experience and be able to scare Winnipeggers in the city and not have to go outside the city.
The cancellation of Fear is... It was a shame. It was such an amazing experience to be part of setting up, and the joy that went into not only that, but even just the anticipation that you could see it on their face. And now it being cut down to only this one night is just... It's depressing. It's such a upsetting and painful situation to be in, and it's just... I wish there was a way we could keep it up this year and not have to put it on hold.
We did it purely to help some friends out, and it went off amazing. And then we did
5 more years of it. Every year went amazing. Now there's always some kind of hitch, always. Maybe one night a flu runs through the cast and we have not quite as many numbers as we need, so I'm getting makeup on, my mom's getting makeup on, everybody's getting makeup on. There's also been times when there's been a blizzard and people couldn't make it, so it felt like a pretty dull night and it was kind of boring. There's been instances where we've had ticketing sites go down and things like that, but nothing like this year. After 5 sold out years, we had to announce that we're canceling Fear this year. And we're announcing that today, which is Sunday, which is only a couple days after we were told we had to cancel it because of broken, inadequate, and absolutely just, I want to put a kind word to it, but I don't even know if I should put kind word, absolutely up logic by the City of Winnipeg Permit Office. So I'll give you a little background. I'm still learning a lot about what happened, but I know the basics. So we started planning this event when the black site was purchased. My uncle came to me and said, hey, we're thinking about buying this building. Would you like to do Fear here? I said, are you kidding me? 30 seconds in here, I was like, absolutely, I want to do Fear here. And then we started the process of contacting the permit department. It took them months to get back to us. And when they did, their answers were very ambiguous. And then they told me something that I found extremely weird. And they said to me, the venue is fine. They did a search on the venue and they told myself, a staff member, and another staff member that the venue was completely fine to use. And I thought it was weird because I've never had a venue where somebody from the permit office said, yeah, that's fine, go. There's always something. But I took them at their word and I continued on. Myself, the building owners, I invested a ton of money and a ton of time. We're talking a year of my life pretty much. A lot of people came that didn't have to come to help set up. It was a real community thing. 350 people on the cast and crew list this year. Massive for 50,000 square foot venue. So what happened was I kept bugging and my staff kept bugging the permit department to figure out exactly what it is we needed to do, because there's always some kind of change and there's always some kind of inconsistency. And every single time that I've done this, there's always been something different that had to be done. So by the time the end of July came, we were just done. We were pissed off because we couldn't get any straight answers. So I went to the permit office and there were 2 people working in it at the time. And I said, what is going on with my application? I need to know more information. By August, they finally got back to us. And I said, I want you to tell me if the building is indeed okay. Bring an inspector down. They said, we don't bring inspectors down to check out the building. We bring it after you're done setting up. So I said, well, that's weird, because when I'm done setting up, if you have a problem with what I'm doing, I'm out a ton of money and a ton of time, when we could just avoid that by you coming to the venue. The problem is the permit office is not built for event coordinators. It's not built for anybody, to be honest. I just went through a residential permit nightmare and now I'm going through a commercial permit nightmare. All for a temporary occupancy and essentially an event permit, temporary event permit. So we had everything done. The health inspector was done, the liquor inspector was done, the fire inspector was an amazing guy who worked with us through the whole process. And then this building inspector shows up. He finds 7 very minor deficiencies with our set. So I said, I'll fix them. He said, I'll come on Thursday to see that they're fixed, but I want to do a little more research into the building. So he leaves. I book somebody for Wednesday to come down and fix everything. He shows up at the same time as the guy to fix them and says, why aren't they fixed? Because you're a day early. He showed up a day early. So then he starts talking to me about all the things on the 4th, 5th, and 6th floor, open permits from previous owners and everything like that. And I said to him, we're not even using the 4th, 5th, and 6th floor. At the end of it all, our permit was denied because he showed up early, not giving us an opportunity to fix the deficiencies, because he told me this on a Friday. Nobody to call on Saturday, Sunday. Most people are off Monday because Tuesday was a holiday, so Wednesday was the first day to really get somebody in the building. And I didn't think there was a problem since he was coming on Thursday, but he came early, so he says the deficiencies aren't fixed, and I found out all this stuff about old permits that are open in the building. So he says, I cannot approve this, I am denying this. So then I called a bunch of other inspectors and they said, no, there's a way to do this. You fix the deficiencies, easy. It would have taken only 2 hours to fix the deficiencies. And then on top of that, you give it's a conditional permit. Basically says within 30 days, the building will close out the permits from the previous owner that they knew nothing about. The building owners knew nothing about it. My uncle is a part of this building. He knew nothing about these things. And that will come out in a later edition of video, we'll say. And then essentially, if they don't get it done within 30 days, they take a fine. That is the way that building inspector said it can be done. But this guy, no, because it's bureaucracy at its finest. This is what people hate government for. When government doesn't act like they're humans behind the government, they have a rule book and they don't bend from the rule book, even though bending would have saved 20,000 meals for families through Harvest Manitoba, 350 people not losing out on their money, me not getting cost all the expenses of the event, the venue not having all these problems that they're having. All this could have been avoided. But the city, the province, the government does not treat us like human beings. So we end up getting stuck in this whole thing. We end up with this whole mess where now I have 350 people aren't making money, a charity that isn't getting rewarded, all because some bureaucracy stopped it all from happening. Never mind the fact that we've been in this building since November and nothing bad has ever happened, and nothing bad would. We were literally going around looking for screws that were sticking out of pallets and screwing them back in, hammering nails, making sure that everything was as safe as possible. Instead, a door lock, 2 signs, and 3 lights end up stopping the event and pass permits. So, I am going to make sure that the permit office changes the way they do things, because it is not fair for event coordinators, it is not fair for the people we employ, it is not fair for the charities that we support, that these people, backed by this ridiculous handbook that they're running around with, can't function even though we're operating within safety guidelines. Even though the fire department says it's fine, the liquor commission says it's fine, the health inspector says it's fine, the electrical inspector says as long as you get those signs up, you'll be fine. It has to stop. Government needs to treat us better, and that is what's going to happen as a result of them canceling Fear. So I would just like to say sorry to everybody who bought tickets, the thousands of people that don't get to enjoy Fear this year because of this. I am very, very sorry. We have been devastated. I've been numb for days, and that's why it took us a bit to make an announcement and to figure things out. But what I want to offer to you is this. If there is a chance for us to bring back the Black Site, we will. And if there is a chance that we can support Harvest Manitoba again, we will. But the city needs to do better. So Scott Gillingham, the permits office, even Wob Canoe, step up. It's time to step up and change these rules, because I am not the only one that feels this way. So I wanted, because everybody says event coordinators, not necessarily the most honest people, and I agree. So I wanted to make sure you guys saw that Fear was ready. Fear was going to be the time of your life, at least the scariest time of your life. So what I want you to do right now is sit back, relax, and check out Fear Black Site 2025.